Ever wondered how to stay safe in emergencies? Today we're sharing 15 life-saving tips that could save you or someone you care about. They're super easy to remember and could make a huge difference. Let's dive in. First up, did you know you can dial 112 to reach emergency services in many countries? Even if your phone has no signal or credit, 112 will still connect you to help. It works in Europe and other places, so keep it in mind when you travel. If your clothes catch fire, remember these 3 words: stop, drop, and roll. Stop what you're doing, drop to the ground, and roll to put out the flames. Cover your face with your hands to protect it from the fire. If someone is choking and can't breathe, you can help with the Heimlich maneuver. Stand behind them, put your arms around their waist, make a fist with one hand, and place it just above their belly button. Hold your fist with your other hand and push hard and fast inward and upward. For a stroke, remember fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulties, and time to call emergency services. If someone's face droops, they can't lift both arms, or their speech is slurred, call for help right away. Acting fast can save a life. If someone is unconscious but breathing, place them in the recovery position. Lay them on their side with their head tilted back. This keeps their airway open and prevents choking if they vomit. If you think you're having a heart attack and you're alone, try cough CPR. Cough forcefully and repeatedly. This can keep blood flowing to your brain until help arrives. But remember, this is just a temporary measure. Call emergency services right away. In open water, if you're struggling to stay afloat, try floating on your back. This conserves energy and makes it easier to call for help. Keep calm and use gentle movements to stay afloat. For sprains or strains, remember RICE: rest, ice, compression, and elevation. Rest the injured area, apply ice, use a bandage for compression, and keep it elevated to reduce pain and swelling. If you have severe allergies, always carry an epinephrine auto-injector, like an EpiPen. Use it right away in case of a severe reaction. Inject it into your thigh through clothing if needed. If someone swallows poison, activated charcoal can help absorb it, but always call poison control or emergency services. Watch for signs of hypothermia in cold weather, shivering, confusion, slurred speech, and drowsiness. Get the person to a warm place immediately. Remove wet clothing and wrap them in blankets. If you see a bear, don't run. Back away slowly while making noise. For snakes, give them space. For sharks, try to maintain eye contact and back away slowly without splashing. In a fire, check doors with the back of your hand before opening them. If the door is hot, there's a fire on the other side. For CPR, push hard and fast in the center of the chest at a rate of 100-120 compressions per minute. Push down at least 2 inches deep. If you're trained, give rescue breaths after every 30 compressions. If not, just keep doing compressions. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more useful advice.